born in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I was raised in South Haven, Michigan. My father was in and out of jail all of my life. And my mom became a single mother. We were rescued by my great aunt, who I call Grandma, because I was raised really closely with her grandchildren. We had a good life in South Haven. It was a small city. She kept us in church as much as she could. She worked very hard. We never went without anything. We never lacked anything. My grandmother decided when I was about 15, about to be 16, that she was going to go live in Virginia with her daughter and help her daughter take care of her children. And so I was left behind. I was left in South Haven. I bounced around a little bit. And I was getting in a lot of trouble. I was drinking a lot, barely passing my classes, barely going to school. I did wind up graduating through summer school. Basically, I spent a lot of time bouncing around my young adult life. I just bounced around, no direction really, nobody really there. I got to give you a little background about how I got here. So I'm bouncing around from place to place, back and forth, picked up a drug addiction. I stayed in contact with this man that I've known now for the last 15 or so years. I met him through buying drugs, through my addiction. And so I began that downward spiral once again. So we were in a raid, 2 actually, back to back, within a couple of months of each other. First time, I wasn't charged with anything. Second time, they charged me with the possession of the gun charge, which is what they found the first time they entered the home. They wound up charging me for drugs, and they already had the warrant for the gun possession. My boyfriend at the time, he took a plea deal. I opted to go to trial. And so at trial, they found me guilty for all 4 charges, the gun and the drug. None of them were mine. I didn't distribute drugs. I didn't sell drugs. But I did definitely use drugs. Never denied that to the police or anyone else. And I get sentenced to 4 years. So that's how I wound up here. I think prison is designed to change you for the worse. I really do. I can see how this place just fucks you up. Like, there is no rehabilitation. You have untrained officers. The degrading of people, they thrive on. I didn't believe that officers was as cruel and heartless as they are. I didn't believe it. They go out of their way to degrade you or to be mean to you. That was shocking. It's a different it's a different society. It's a whole society on its own, okay? And it doesn't run off of integrity and moral and values. It does not. People are in here killing themselves. You know what I'm saying? People are in here doing the most extreme things just for a break. Meaning like they're swallowing razors to get out of solitary. I think the typical person that comes in can easily get into a vicious cycle. It ain't no joke. Mentally, it's no joke. If you're not strong-minded, you can easily be broken. My mindset was, I'm allow God to do whatever He needs to do with me so that I can get my life back. I decided that I was going to get better in prison. That's the decision that I made before I came. And I went back to writing. I used to write. I've written about 16 or 18 books. There are a series of children's books. I believe they're really great books, yeah. That's what I believe. They're really great books. I have some hope. I believe that I've been set aside because a lot of the decisions that I was making, they wasn't conducive to my life. They wasn't helping me. I believe that this is going to make me better, make me stronger.